Oh shit, this hair looks like shit. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm very sorry for the Spice Girl hair, but I don't know what to do with it today. Today's video is going to be all about my absolute favorite ride or die eyeshadow palettes. So some of these palettes are going to be high end and some of these palettes are going to be drugstore, but I guarantee you every single one of these are worth your money. But if you guys are interested on which eyeshadow palettes are my favorites, then let's just go ahead and jump on in. I'm just gonna start with the most obvious ones, which are the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette, Subculture palette, Prism palette, Mario palette. Whatever palette you get from Anastasia, you will never be disappointed. Well, maybe with a Subculture for some of you. Personally, I still have mixed feelings about it. I'm still working on it, but I do like the palette. It's just kind of something that you have to play with and feel for yourself. I started experimenting with this palette a little bit more, but there's still some really, really good shades that I definitely do not have in my collection. The Master palette by Mario, I absolutely love this palette. As you guys can tell, it's gotten some love for sure. I hate to recommend this palette because you can't get your hands on it. It was limited edition and they no longer sell it, but this is definitely one of my favorite go-to palettes like ever. There's so many good shades in here and just the pigmentation and just the blendability of the Anastasia shadows are just super, super good. So that was the Mario palette. And then the Modern Renaissance, of course, is like the best eyeshadow palette. Like, this is definitely one of my top 2 eyeshadow palettes in the whole entire world. If I could recommend any eyeshadow palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills, I would definitely have to be Modern Renaissance. Like, you cannot go wrong with this palette. I know sometimes the reds and the pinks get a little intimidating. When I first saw this palette, I'm like, shit, there is no way I'm wearing pink eyeshadow or red eyeshadow or some dang orange eyeshadow, but I swear this like broke the barrier of like fall colors. Like, I feel like nobody started to wear like burnt oranges or reds or pinks until this palette came out, and it's the best thing that's ever happened to the makeup community. I promise you guys, you will never, ever, ever be disappointed in this palette. So if you guys take anything away from this, then of course they just recently launched this holiday palette, which is a Prism palette. And it just looks like this. I've been using this quite often, so I want to do more tutorials. I did do just like a simple everyday eye today with it, and I did film that. So if you guys are interested on seeing this like everyday, just like really simple look with this, and I will be linking that down below if you guys are interested. I'm just going to swatch a couple of the Prism eyeshadows so that way you guys can see just how pigmented these are. You guys cannot tell me that these are not pigmented. They seriously do not disappoint. Like I said, they're worth your money. Do yourself a favor and put those on your Christmas list. Okay? Okay. So those are the Anastasia palettes that I have, and I absolutely love every single one of these. And I also forgot to mention that these are $42, which seems a little pricey, but I promise you guys, I have used this non-stop for the longest time. And I still have so much left. Like, there's obviously some colors that have been loved a little bit more than others, but the pigmentation is so good that you really don't need to like dig in there a couple times. Like, you only need to go in there once or twice, so you're not going to use this up like anytime in the near future. I promise it will last you a couple years. So the $42 will definitely take you a long, long way. So because I just talked about something high end, I want to talk about more in the drugstore price range, and this is the ColourPop Yes Please palette. This is such a good eyeshadow palette. If you guys have been looking at the Natasha Denona Sunset palette, I've heard this is an amazing dupe for it. Personally, I don't own that palette, but I know that this palette itself is amazing, and it's only, I think, like $16. And you get 12 shades for it, so you really can't beat it. You definitely get a really good combination between shimmer shadows and then matte shadows, and all of them are really, really good. I haven't had problems blending with any of these or any patchiness or anything like that, and the pigmentation of these ones are really, really good. I just want to show you. Like, look how pretty these shimmer shades are, and this palette is $16, you guys. Can't beat that. Cannot beat that. If you guys are looking for something a little bit more affordable, but still something like really fall and just warm, this one is definitely your best bet. It sells out all the time, so when it comes back in stock, get it. So the next palette is a Violet Voss palette. This is the only palette that I own from Violet Voss, and it is a Laura Lee one. They have a bunch of different palettes, and every single one of them I've heard nothing but good things about. This one specifically is definitely one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes that I own. It has a huge mirror right here, and then it also has so many eyeshadows. Like so many colors that you guys can choose from, and they're so freaking pigmented, and it's just really good. Like, you have really good transition shades right here, you have really good kind of medium shades right here, and then you have some darker shades right here. You have plenty of shimmer shades to choose from, and I just want to show you like how pigmented these are, because they're also very, very pigmented. Like, oh, so good. So good, and so worth your money. The last three palettes that I have to talk to you guys about are a little bit more affordable, so that's exciting. The first one is a Juvia's Place Masquerade mini palette. This is the mini palette, and I'm just going to show you how many shadows and how big the shadows are. This is the mini. Okay, guys? I don't even want to know how big the big one is. This is a mini. Who needs more than this? And when I say pigmentation, whoo, honey, these ones up here, they're like to die for. Like, if you guys want bright colors in your collection, look no further, because Juvia's Place is insane with their affordability. Is that even a word? With how affordable their products are, but how damn pigmented they are. Like, it is scary how pigmented these are. But you get really good neutral shades right here, and then you get these really, really good colorful shades up here. So I just want to swatch a couple for you guys. And this palette is $25 for this small one, and then I think $29 for the bigger ones. It's so affordable, and you get 16 shades in here, so you really can't ask for anything better. I just want to swatch a couple of these for you guys. Ooh. These are so... I love this freaking palette so much. It makes me want to create like the most insane looks. I feel like I get so weird when I'm just like talking to you guys and not like doing a tutorial. Because when I'm doing a tutorial, I can concentrate. When I'm doing this, I can say whatever the fuck I want. So, sorry for how weird I get when I'm just like talking to y'all. The next palette is like the most affordable for what you get. This is a BH Cosmetics Carli Bybel Deluxe Edition palette. Carli Bybel has two of them, just like a regular one, but the Deluxe Edition one is my favorite. You open this palette, you get a mirror right here, and then you get 15 really good eyeshadows right here, and then you get 6 highlighters that are so pigmented, like insanely pigmented. And a lot of these colors are super pigmented as well up here. Like the shimmer ones are awesome because you get a good mix between like warmer shades, which are up here, and then like more mauve-y shades, which are right here, and then like more neutral shades, which are right here, which is super awesome. I feel like you can really just pair them up like that, or you can just kind of mix match around the palette. You get really good like nice grayish color right here, a really cool like silvery purple color. You get a darker purple, you get like a rose goldish pink color. It's so pretty. I just want to show you guys how pigmented these are as well. What I wanted to make sure about is that these palettes were super, super pigmented, so you guys actually get like a bang for your buck, because I know palettes can be like super, super expensive. Alright, so I'm just going to swatch these 3, and these are just eyeshadows, none of the highlighters, so they're really pretty. Like, I don't really see a lot of colors like that in palettes, so these ones specifically just really call my name out. And I've done a ton of looks. Like, if you guys go down, most of my like full drugstore tutorials are with this palette. And then I just want to swatch some of the highlighters because these are like insane as well. So honestly, to have 6 really good highlighters and then you have all of those shadows as well, you just cannot beat that for $18. Like, if you buy it on Ulta, you can get like a $3.50 off coupon from it too. So you can make like a $15 for all of this. You're like paying $1 for everything. You're paying less than $1 for everything, actually. Say no more, girlfriend, say no more. So I have saved the best for last, which has been my new like favorite ride or die eyeshadow palette. Like, out of any of these, this has been my favorite, right alongside of the Modern Renaissance one from Anastasia. But this is the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette. I cannot stress to you guys enough how bad you need this palette. Like, if you are a beginner, if you are a master, if you are a makeup artist, if you like to collect, if you guys don't even like makeup, I don't care. You need this freaking palette. It has the most amazing color selection in here, the most amazing pigmentation, like all of them blend so perfectly. You get such a good range of shadows. It's insane. We just recently came to Ulta as well, and I heard that the palettes in Ulta, if you buy them in store, they have a mirror, and then like this packaging is different too because it's like not cardboardy. It's not like the kind of cardboard that stains like this one does. It's the kind of like really sleek packaging, kind of like this one where you can just take a makeup wipe off whatever you get on this one. But I got this when it first launched, and I have been using it nonstop ever since. Like, this is my go-to. If I need a date night look, I go grab it. If I need an everyday simple look, I go grab it. If I need a bridal look for my brides, I go grab it. Like, I always use this palette no matter who it is for, no matter what look you want. This will get the job done. In this palette, you get 35 shades for $38. You cannot beat that at all. You guys cannot tell me that that is expensive, because look how many freaking colors you get in here. And look at the selection. Like, you have neutral shades, you have transition shades, you have medium shades, you have red shades, you have silver shades, you have green shades, purple shades, blue shades, yellow shades. Like, no matter what you guys want, it is in this freaking palette. You cannot tell me that this just doesn't speak to you. These are just a couple shades, and they're so pigmented. It's just one swipe with my fingers. So good. If you guys use Fix Plus, it'll make the shadows like super, super pigmented. If you don't use Fix Plus, they're still super, super pigmented. So I just think this is well worth your money. I know I said all of these are super pigmented and that they're like just so blendable, but seriously, I just wanted to recommend to you guys like my genuine favorite eyeshadow palettes that I own, that I think are well worth your money, whether they're cheap or whether they're expensive. I wanted to tell you guys about how good all of these are. I hope you guys got a couple ideas for more Christmas list items or something, or just things that you guys want to invest in or have your eyes on, or maybe I just confirmed that you need to buy one of these. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and did learn a little something new. If there's any other questions you guys have regarding these palettes, then please leave them down in the comment section down below, and I definitely will respond to all those comments. So thank you guys so much for being here, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!